Okay, I'm TonyScapone, and this is a Dono deck list here. Sweet Mono Black Painter Storm by ctrlstaxdel. This particular person and I had been going back and forth a little bit on this archetype, whatever you want to call it, combining Painter with Storm. Basically, the idea is it's an ad nauseam deck, but you also just kind of have free wins by piecing together the combo with, of course, tutors allows redundancy for that combo. We're a saga deck. We have discard. We got cheeky little stuff like playing keys so that you can untap your monoliths and activate Wishclaw twice, which is pretty cool. I like that. If that's in play, you activate and then you basically pay 2 colorless to get another demonic tutor. So that's awesome. I'm not sure if it's optimal to actually have tendrils in the 60. I think previously I had it in the sideboard so that we were still technically a storm deck, but I do think it's optimal because if someone like needles Grindstone or something, you can still kill them with tendrils. So that's kind of the deck. We have fast mana with Ancient Tomb City, all these 0 drops, so we are looking to power out. We have plenty of like turn 1 ad nause hands. We have slower ones with Saga. We have plenty of interaction. Sideboard against blue decks, we'll play some grids so we can just really disrupt them. I have an empty because it's really good with LED Infernal Tutor decks. You now have a 4 mana post Infernal Tutor, so total of 6 mana line. You don't have to get all the way up to 7 for ad nause. So again, something like Delver where it's going to kill them anyways. It's really nice to be able to slot in an empty. It's probably best to play a relay in the main deck here, but I chose not to so that we can keep it mono black. I know we have the empty, but is what it is. As far as sideboard cards, against decks that we're going to want Leyline and Mindbreak Trap, I'm likely going to move into Pier because you don't want to have all these 4 drops with your ad nauseum. So that's kind of the impetus behind that. I chose not to run like a removal suite because I think the sidestep with Grindstone is enough to ignore a large enough amount of hate that I think it would be at least possibly inappropriate to be running things such as I'm blanking on the name, the black sorcery that kills enchantments and creatures and you lose life, or even just like Echoing Truth or whatever, Blast Zone, removal. So that's what we're running. That's why we're running it. That's generally how it works. And let's move on to round 1 so we can start this sweet Dono deck list. Yeah, this hand is fine. It's a bit slow, but it's resilient. Opponent ponders. I should mention our opponent. We're playing against Bob Buttons. So they go for the basic off a Misty. It's likely a control deck, not 100%, but... And they did not shuffle with the Ponder. Ancient Tomb was actually a very good draw. Because then we don't have to commit to City. We don't have to commit to imprinting our Thoughtseize if we want to go Swamp. We can just play out this Monolith off Ancient Tomb and be happy. So it's looking like we'll set up like a turn 3 ad nause with some disruption involved. Preordain. Okay, so we might be looking at like ad nauseam tendrils. We might be looking at Sneak and Show. It could still be a control deck. Could still be a tempo deck. Less likely once you see Preordain, right? So what did these cantrips do? The Preordain went 1 top, 1 bottom. Oh, they changed the wording, which is kind of nice. And they did not shuffle once again with Ponder. Huh. So we have a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with Chrome Mox, 10 with Ritual. If we played both of these out, we go to 6. And so we don't have enough to protect an ad nause on the same turn. I think I'm supposed to imprint Dark Ritual. I don't want to lose more life. Because if we ad nause, I'm going to play out one of these Wish Claws. And then next turn we can go Thoughtseize into very likely kill you. Oops. Almost played Thoughtseize. I suppose I could have paid 2 life to play both of them. Honestly, that probably would have been better. Yep, I was kind of afraid of this. Hopefully we're not getting... Oh, yeah. Yes, we are. Okay. So we have a chance here. Probably a slim chance, but we have a chance. They need, like, Spirit Guide or Petal. And then another monster. They didn't get it. Nice. Alright, so they're going to get in for 7. I mean, they're certainly going to have some permission, but they go down to 7 cards, and we do have a discard spell. Depending on what we draw here, we could punch through this. We really want to actually draw, like, Dark Ritual, because we could potentially Tendrils them. We'll see how they react to this Wish Claw. Actually, I might Thoughtseize first. It'd be nice to be able to chain some, like, Wish Claw and LEDs, because then we can filter some of this colorless mana. Like, if they only have 1 force, I think we're golden. They do have Dazes. It's unlikely to matter for us. Well, that's black mana. I'm supposed to Thoughtseize. Okay, they're gonna force it. What does it look like if we Wish Claw and they force it? Pretty bad. Yeah, they basically can't have double force here. This will be 1 shy of Tendrils. They let it go. That's wild. Okay, so now we can get LED. Right, is there better? I think we can painter them, but we don't. 2, 4, 5, 4. No, we don't have the mana for that. Don't really care about Dazes. Damn. Yeah. Don't think there's anything in the list that does anything here. Can't add Nas. Suppose we can Thoughtseize them. But it's not going to matter. We gave them a Wish Claw. Damn. Okay, it was close. Okay, so we want grids and our other duress. Guess in that case we can like trim on the combo because we're gonna kind of slow roll. Let's try this. Yeah, I like this. And I painted all black because it's not like we have blasts, right? So, and you want your Chrome Moxen to be able to imprint. Oh no, we're not running Karn anymore. So I guess that's not relevant. As long as you're not naming a relevant color, like you don't want to name blue and let their Force of Wills pitch to like something like Sneak Attack. You don't want to name red and let, I don't think they would run Hydroblast, but I don't know. Black is an irrelevant color. And it makes petals look sweet. Black petals. Hell yeah. Alright, that's a good draw. So if I go Dark Ritual, and we have 5 mana, right? And we go Infernal Tutor to get another Thoughtseize, we go to 3 mana. Then we can Thoughtseize them and play Wish Claw. And then next turn, we'll have Thoughtseize into a kill. Do we just have enough for 5, 4? Then we'd have 2, 4, 5, 4, 3. We're still 1 mana shy of next turn going Thoughtseize into Painter You. So you could just tutor for another Dark Ritual, but I want to be able to play through multiple things here. So I think I'm gonna go with the Ritual play. I mean, they're, yeah, I was gonna say, happy if they want to force that. Another Thoughtseize, cast Thoughtseize. So they show and tell like an Emrakul. So Fluster is their only thing here. I think I'm gonna stay the course. I mean, I guess if they draw, if they draw Spirit Guide or Petal, they can show until their Sneak Attack and then Emrakul us. I still don't think I want to cast this other Thoughtseize right now. I think I just want to get this in. Now we have 2, 4, 5, or 1 shy, even if we don't Thoughtseize, right? Painter costs 1 and 3 to activate. We do get a draw step. They're likely going to show and tell Sneak Attack. Oh, wait. I want to play my city. Oh, I can't. Oops. Well, they're probably going to cast show and tell, so we'll get to put city into play. So that's good. So a land drop will be a good draw. Oh my god, they drew it! They drew the Spirit Guide. Holy crap. Yeah, we're dead. Wow. What an unfortunate occurrence. Okay, I guess we keep this. It's a little awkward. 2, 4, 7. I mean, it's enough to turn to the... Ah, how convenient. So we're going to have 7 mana. It's 2, 3. I mean, if they play a painter for us, then it's going to cost even less. We're not putting any artifacts in our graveyard, so we can't, like, get got by Welder. Chromatic Star. Interesting. Meekstone. Okay. Yep, get your value. Value. Surprise, we're also painter. And it's black. Surprise, it's black. Did we get him? Yeah, I think my next list would definitely have full set of Grindstone and Painter. So I'm also realizing, like, we're so set up to just, if you happen to have both cards together, just vomit it out. We're pretty good at making 7 mana. Okay, so Painter. Painter. Blast could be a problem, but I'm not going to play grids. I'll just bring this Duress, and I don't even know. Got a Wishclaw? Let's go. Alright, game 2, and we have a pretty sweet hand. If we draw any fast mana, we can turn 1 Adnaz. If we don't, we can just turn 2. Saga Pass. Okay. I think I'm supposed to just straight up Thoughtseize here. Don't care about that. Does it affect these? Yes. But I don't think they're gonna name it. I mean, Painter is redundant though. Guess it stops Saga? Your opponent's control, so it stops our Saga. Yeah, we're not removing Painter, so guess I'll take that. You just gotta hope they don't draw Blast. They're gonna go Ancient Tomb. Although even if they did draw Blast, they'd have no way of making red. So pretty sure they're dead. Yep. Ooh, it's pretty good. I think we can make this work. Consider, but with Wishclaw plus key and enough mana, we can activate Claw Help Area, untap it. Yeah, I mentioned that. But yeah, it is cool. So we have no way of like going up to 2 cards. We don't have one half of the combo. So this is in a very good Adnaz, but Adnaz line. We're the faster painter deck. Hello. Not as familiar with what we're watching out for. So we already hit our 4, the rest are 2s. Okay. Yep. Game is over. Got him good there. Painter? I'll show you Painter. Okay. Pytrone 10. Whoa. I mean, we're not going to kill them with this Tendrils. It's super fast. So if we draw one of our tutors, we're good. I'm going to keep it for science. It's very exciting. But as Rick in the chat mentioned, I should have just went for Grindstone last game because they had a painter in play. They already painted for us. But we went for an Adnaz line. That's okay. Alright, blue deck, not good. Ooh, so likely Doomsday. Probably not our best matchup. However, we have a very good card for this matchup in our hand. So we're hoping they Doomsday pass at some point. Thoughtseize, please. Another Petal. Okay. I'll get a Petal out there. Don't Thoughtseize me, bro. Just Doomsday pass. Aw. Opponent does nothing. We do nothing. Perfect. Perfect. I think we can kill them by chaining Wishclaws if we draw a Wishclaw. Well, honestly, we'd probably just Thoughtseize them. Well, throw one of those out there. Lots of nothing. Alright, come on. Doomsday. 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 Cast it. Nothing? Damn. Wow. Okay, then. I mean, we can deal 16, but that's not going to be enough, and they're not going to counter any of this mana. I think they're trying to find a Doomsday and kill you on the same turn, which means they have a lot of disruption in their hand. Otherwise, they wouldn't feel safe doing that, right? Excuse me, I gotta stretch. I'm sorry. Alright, they go Petal. There it comes. Whoa. Is it just ad nauseum tendrils? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we're probably just dead. Wow, so they had a really bad hand. It took them till turn 5. They had no discard. I would imagine they have Past in Flames to follow this up. Or they just assume they have another tendrils, maybe? I should just be F6ing, sorry. Yeah, they got a piff. Okay. Jeez. We just drew mana. Like half of our... If we... Alright, I won't dwell on it. Alright, let's play Trap. Let's play Duress. Let's play Leyline, which means we gotta move into Pier. So Adnos comes out. That's a lot of stuff. So what do we do then? Are we just a Pier? Do we just take out the Painter combo? Do we take out some amount of our tutors? We're gonna have Leyline. We're gonna be farting around with like traps and discard and stuff. So, and then eventually just like make up the mana to Pier. So I think to some extent doesn't really matter. I think we can trim on action since we're just going to be stalling the game out so much. I guess Wishclaw is better than Tutor in that sense. I think I'm supposed to just remove Infernal Tutor. Take one of these keys out. Seems fine. Let's do it. Yep. They're just going to like natural tendies us, huh? Right, I'm going to Duress first because if they want to fluster something, I'd rather them fluster Thoughtseize. There's no creatures we care about. I guess there's Xantid Swarm. That would be annoying as shit if we draw Mindbreak Trap and they have frickin' Xantid Swarm. Bunch of cantrips. We just take their mana, start taking their cantrips. Let's take their mana. I don't necessarily love taking cantrips. We'll let them cantrip and make their own decisions as to what they need to get. Like, oh, they took my mana, gotta get more mana, and then we can discard and see what they wind up, you know, come up with. They played their Petal out. Preordain. Pass the turn, Preordain. One top, one bottom. Let's go Thoughtseize. Their hand is basically the same. So I could just take their cantrips now. Just leave them with mana awkwardly. I think I'm fine with doing that. And then we'll pass. Play the Petal out. Ritual? Really? I mean, this is very unlikely to be a winning line here. They have to hit... Oh, I guess if they hit an Infernal Tutor. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. They did shuffle. They hit a land. So they do get a redraw. Is this a Preordain so that they don't get locked? Not so sure, but well, they get multiple cards, I guess. They get to Duress us, so they can't hit our Painter, which is actually quite good for us. And they scoop it up. And we were going to draw into Trap. Tendrils would not have been good. I mean, it would have still been a game. Right, maybe we don't want to be quite this light on action. It is very light. I'm just not so sure I feel good about Infernal Tutor. I guess it's fine in small numbers because we may very well top deck it. I mean, worked out pretty well. They're not going to be happy. Be like, what the shit is this deck? Okay. They cast 2 spells. I was like, it popped up. I'm like, ooh. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. That's an okay draw. Let's Duress you. Let's take... Guess we just take their mana. They're most likely to draw mana, which is why it's awkward, but their hand is all action. They're obviously drawing cards with Dark Confidant. Veil of Summer. They probably won't have the mana for. They might, though. They get to Ponder. Here comes the Ponder. Here comes the Ponder. Is that the boom? They shuffled. They hit a black source, but no green. We are being attacked, although Saga will be better. Infernal Tutor. Admittedly not the greatest here, basically for the reason that I didn't want to play the card. But I popped in 2 of them in there because I thought we were a bit light on action. And I was hoping to kind of top deck it later on. So even just having a blocker for this Confidant, I think is going to kind of win us the game. Right? Like we have double trap. I'm hoping we just draw into a land. so that we can get 2 blockers so we can start attacking. Or even a ritual would be able to like cast. I guess we're trapping this, right? Did they cast their Brainstorm? Reveals Brainstorm. Cast Brainstorm, yes. Cast Ponder. No shuffle in the Ponder. Cast Duress. So we know 3 out of their 4 cards. I know. I don't even know what this card does, but you know, betraying people. We drew another one. I mean, it's good. Definitely not bad. We could Infernal Tutor for another trap off of Monolith and then make the thing. Could just duress them while we have the chance to play around Veil. But I think just having triple Mindbreak Trap and a blocker pretty good, right? Is it good enough? Oh, it'll be a 3/3 as well. I guess we can always make that. No, we can't. We can't always make that play. Well, I guess if we get a Chrome Mox and just imprint Duress off of the Saga. Yeah, so I guess I'm fine with using this while we have the chance. They didn't play out their LED. Interesting. I'll take it. Oh, we can't Chrome Mox imprint the Duress. If we cast the Duress, derp. It's okay. Hopefully we'll draw an imprintable. Oh no, we can just get Opal. We'll have 3 artifacts. Sorry, I'm not used to playing with this card. Storm count is 1. They did not shuffle with Ponder. We're going to take this one. So I don't want to trade. We're going to be able to make a 3/3. Another Dark Confidant. Okay. Interesting. Petal. Okay. Could have trapped the Petal. That's cool. That really good. It was like the only thing that let us make another construct here. And then get Opal and get our 3rd trap. Seems good. Can somebody screenshot this and maybe put it in Discord or something? Say like, Tony has betrayed us. Alright, Cycling Veil of Summer. Getting wrecked by Bob. I mean, unless they have Cabal Therapy in their deck, right? Which I would imagine they don't. That's a Bayou. It's going to be a Wishclaw. Sure. They shuffled on the Ponder. No attacks. Draw our card. It's a Painter. Let's paint it black. Now we get some 5/5s. They can't block one of our constructs now. Paint it black. And it's a sweet blocker. They jump one of them, take 5. They hit a land. Now they have multiple lands with their Infernal Tutor. Perfect. Brainstorm. Alright, Wishclaw, sure. Like I said, it would have to be Cabal Therapy. And they would have to have like an LED in hand as well. I think they're just gonna check their deck and scoop, most likely. Land. Reveal another land. Casting Infernal Tutor, okay. For a Chain of Vapor. Okay. Now they have 2 Chain of Vapors. Interesting. To bounce our constructs? Huh. Leyline, not the best draw. Alright. Okay, attack with all here. Yep. It went to my hand. Sure. Get in for 1. And then, yeah, I'll pass. I don't want to sacrifice a land, and I don't want to bounce Bob. I don't want to do either of those things. Brainstorm was a good one. It does let them avoid damage from Bob. They attack us since they're not going to be blocking. Infernal Tutor once again, shit draw. Living on the edge. But like I said, that Brainstorm will get them a land here. Sure, it's probably going to be one of these. They're going to fetch? Whoa. Greatness at all costs. Holy shit. Preordain. So they know about 2 traps. I think they're going to cast Duress. And like, they can't even Thoughtseize. It has to be Duress. Bunch of Duresses. They can't fetch. Think they're dead. Yeah, they will. They really will. If they duress, I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to trap it. I want them to see it. I want you to see it. Just look at it. Okay. So they knew about that one. Okay. But you also know about this one. Okay. Ooh, revealed. Ooh. Sorry. Sorry. Got him. This really needs a black source, but we're gonna keep it for science. Retrofitter, okay. Could be 8-cast, could be... Looks like 8-cast. That was a good one. Let's go... Because next turn I want to go Thoughtseize into Painter and whatnot. They're unlikely to counter Grindstone, but I don't want to get my Painter countered. In fact, I'm going to play this out. And now we can go 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we're actually 1 mana shy. Oh, hammer time? So we don't even have to worry about force. And I guess I can afford to pay now. Thoughtseize you. Yeah, it's hammer time. Let's get him. It's a good thing we drew mana, because swords would have actually kind of blew us out, huh? Got him, though. Got him at the old turn, too. So... Hammer time. So goddamn unfamiliar with this deck. I know what it does. I always forget which card is which, so they play Cigar de Zade, and I'm like, is that the one that does... Whatever. I'm gonna have to do some reading. I don't think we change anything, though. Like, the trap could come up, but nah. Like, we don't want to get swords. So I'll keep my discard. Excuse me, and it discards, like, trap and stuff. I guess we can, like, play another duress. They kind of dump their hand out, though. I'm not so sure duress is, like discard is only so good. I think 7 is fine. You're perfect, deck. You are perfect. Yeah, this is fine. Foundry. LED is good. LED is very good. 1, 3, 4, 7, 4. So we are 1 shy. I do want to Thoughtseize. Yeah, this hand sucks. I'll take the swords. You may draw a card. Equipment you control of 0. 3 more artifacts. Okay. So that was a pretty good draw for them. But it's still not going to be enough. They're dead now. Now they get ad nauseam, or do we just have... So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Go down to 5. When we play both of these, both activations are 3 post-activations. If one gets LED, we'd have enough to tendrils. That's not enough storm, right? 3, 6, 7, 8. Nope. Not enough mana to get both halves of the combo. That's fine. This is an ad nauseam. Perfect information. Go with key. We could do the key trick with the wish clause, but don't think that's helpful. It does turn wish claw or key into a 1 mana ritual with wish claw. Is that true? Not true. If it were in play because of a previous turn, then you could net 1 mana by like using key to activate your wish claw again so that you can get LED. So let's play this one. Let's untap this. Play LED. Let's make black. Go get ad nauseam. Cast ad nauseam from 18. Those are pretty good so far. Bunch of mana. Tutor, they're dead. You are dead. That's enough. So we go... Yeah, we can just play these out. Could even go like Grim Monolith, key, untap. I mean, it's unnecessary, but it's fun. Let's go Grim Monolith, key untaps, Opal. Opal makes black. Infernal Tutor, make black. Go get tendrils and kill them. Kill them right in the face. Really does make Monolith so much better. I've always considered playing it in the Epic Gamble. Excuse me. It's only 4 mana. It's pretty good if we draw LED, but that's about it. I'm gonna keep this. It's not great, but if we draw Black Source, we're golden. If we don't, we still like have draws other than that are good. You could certainly find room for a key in the Epic Gamble and a Yorian version, yeah. Hey, we found a Black Source. I'm just gonna play Grindstone. Is that true? Yeah, we're gonna take this slow for now. Swamp Grindstone. Are you gonna daze it? I don't care. Nope. Alright. Just don't show and tell me, bro. Rhinos? Okay. I'm cool with that. I'm not necessarily cool with this matchup because we're gonna get collect roofed. Post board, it's pretty brutal. We kind of have to like duress pass, right? Which is always awkward because then you give them a chance to draw. And they just have double anyways. Double force, huh? Okay. I guess we take Force of Will. Because Force of Negation does not counter Painter. Let's put this one into play now. They might counter it. Because now if we have Painter, they lose. But we didn't, so I'm sure they side some relief there. It wasn't shardless, so it's a 3-turn clock. Or no, they have Violent Outburst. Or that doesn't matter. So they have to counter Infernal Tutor. Otherwise they lose. They did see it. I don't think there's any use in grinding. I'm gonna cast Violent Outburst. Put us to 2. Put us on 1 draw. Come on, Painter. Tendrils. Not exactly the piece of action that we were looking for. Maybe we can grind them. Okay. Very close. Trap is too awkward. Probably want duress and grids. Is the Adnos plan too ambitious? So we're probably going to be facing down Rhinos. Yeah, I think we're supposed to be peering. We're trying to, at least. Let's go. It's Painter's Storm. We can keep this. It is certainly not perfect, but honestly, I think we're supposed to double duress here. Don't really think we're going to be using this Dark Ritual otherwise. So they have a trap and double force. I think we just take their Violent Outbursts and then kill them with Saga if they let us. They can trap this second one, right? So, but they can't cast. Alright, let's go Monolith. We'll duress next turn. See if we can kill them with construct tokens. Actually, it wasn't a bad draw, so it won't really matter. Brazen Borrower is annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so land. Hopefully we can take this Brazen Borrower and make a Saga token. Does this allow us to do that? We're gonna have to use our Grim Monolith, but I think it's worth it. Thought sees you. Oh, they drew a Violent Outburst. Okay, so now we're gonna wind up getting hit by Petty Theft. So we're only gonna have 1 construct token, which I guess is fine. Also means we don't necessarily need to use this Infernal Tutor. That's not true. Because we're gonna tap our Grim Monolith, and we won't have the mana to make the second token. Alright, we gotta hope they don't draw any more of this card. Or Shardless. What are they doing? No, just getting it in. Just getting it in. Alright, that draw's fine. Make another thing. So what do we get here? Probably Grindstone, right? Just to make Painter an actual win, if we draw it. So I've been really interested in mono white prison when the new initiative cards hit Moto. What do you think about them? I'd have to look at them more. I didn't realize the initiative cards weren't on Moto. I thought I've seen the red one, or just some of them not on Moto. I don't know what's happening with that. Evaluating initiative cards would take me some time, so I can't really speak on that, to be honest. Alright, no Cascade, please. They've got... So they have the mana. Let's just put that one into play. Get in. Okay, we're in there. I think it's beneficial to grind them because if it hits Rhinos, it puts less Rhinos in their deck, right? So they make a 3-1. Let's just do it now so that we can F6. It hit... Oh, Minsk and Boo. I didn't think of Minsk and Boo. Minsk and Boo. Okay, it's a blocker. I mean, and they are hitting us. So Spirit Guides are definitely... Whoa. So we're getting close to that one. If we get one more land, we can, like, untap Monolith. Oh, of course, they're just going to counter it. I'm forgetting about that. Oh, if they have another Spirit Guide, I guess this is kind of a legit race, right? But let's grind them. There's a Collector Roof. Yeah, that's another draw that plays for them. They have a lot of good draws. They definitely have a lot of good draws. I don't think we're necessarily favored. They can hardcast Mindbreak Trap. Okay. Ice is a good draw for them. So you can just tap the construct. So what is best? Like untapping our Grim Monolith so that we can try to peer next turn? Or just grinding? Grinding isn't doing too much. The whole like... Yeah, I guess we're untapping Monolith. Excuse me. If they hold this back, that means they didn't find any sort of creature to play. Is it a Collector Roof? Oh, it's a Collector Roof. It's not good. So now they get to attack for 5. We go to 5. They jump, and then they attack for 5. So we have to hold back our construct, and we have to hope to draw another Saga. This is not good. So we're not removing that. I guess we're grinding. Oh, we gave them Uro. Okay, so they have Uro in their deck. We probably saw that and knew that. That would have been so good. Okay, so we gotta hold back. So we want to draw Dark Ritual. Oh, did I fuck it up? Well, they would have countered it if we cast it. Like, we could attack and force them to chump, right? So we should have untapped our Grim Monolith last turn. But we wouldn't have had enough mana to, like, peer into Tendrils anyways. Yeah, I think mistakes were made, but I still don't think... Oh, holding back doesn't make sense either. Wait, what? They had lethal? Okay. Alright. Dark Ritual? Maybe they blocked with Collector Roof. This has been a stupid game. This has been a stupid game of Magic. And we pretty much already know what's in their hand, but I'll cast it. Okay. Game 3 it is, right? No, okay, that was the end. Alright, so we wind up 3-2ing. The deck actually felt pretty powerful. I think there are some changes that I would make. But it's running a lot smoother than what I was testing last night. So I think we're supposed to just go up on the Painter Grindstone combo because we're just so explosive with mana that if you do happen to have both of these cards in your hand, it's really good. So I'm wondering if we're supposed to just cut the Wish Claws, but then you're pretty much cutting Key. Yeah, I think 1 is fine. Or just like a shorter number of Wish Claws. Because you wind up when you have all these tutors and not really much on the Grindstone Painter, you're not like tutoring into that combo. Because it's so much mana that you may as well just be ad nauseing anyways. So you just want a higher number of these. Which I think what was originally sent to me. So I do apologize to ctrlstaxdel. Although, having said that, the list is still wildly different than what we started with. So, but I think this is probably more reasonable. I was also given a lot more Saga. I don't own Sagas, and I don't feel like going into the loaner account right now, but you could go up a Saga. You could probably go up a Saga and down, like, one of these, but I don't know. 2 felt fine. I think if you go too many Saga, it's really gonna start to get awkward. We saw that when we did have it, oftentimes we just didn't have the mana to, like, we had to use a Monolith. A little bit awkward sometimes, but the deck felt quite powerful. I think the sideboard was fine because you don't really need removal. You just want to be able to combat blue decks and stuff that is faster, because we don't actually have interaction on turn 0. So we don't want to just like be a dog there. But yeah, thank you ctrlstaxdel for sending in this donation deck. It was awesome. It's been awesome chatting with you back and forth, improving this deck. I think the deck has legs. I can tell you why, right? Like, as y'all know, I've been playing around with all sorts of ad nauseum brews, and just dipping into all the colors and whatnot. Mono black has been a thing that I've been trying, and the problem that mono black runs into, and I recently was just like, I need to play relay, I need to play an echo, is if you're truly going mono black, you just don't have enough action. There just isn't enough action, right? You have Infernal Tutor, you have Wishclaw Talisman. What are you gonna do? Dip into like some other like Grim Tutors and stuff? It just gets really awkward, especially when you're trying to peer. You wind up like upping the peer count, and really you're just like a main deck, peers from your hand kind of deck. You run into similar issues. Honestly, I think the deck is best as an ad nauseum deck, but as you can see, I was running into issues there. I'm like trying Deadly Dispute, just desperately trying to like get up on the amount of action that's in the deck. You just wind up with, I should probably just go to more discard and some sagas. I think that's a good recipe, because the discard slows the game down, saga, helps you out. But with this deck, it's only providing the construct tokens, whereas, and this is why I think Painter has legs, for a couple of reasons actually, but saga brings you to one half of your combo, right? So it's action in a lot of ways, and it allows you to afford more focus on more discard. And it just, now we have tutors for action, we have the Adnaz, we have roads to get there, and then we have the 2-card combos. So honestly, this deck, and I'm sure it's going to have to get a little bit fine-tuned here and there and tweaked, and I don't think it's in its completion, but I think it would be an understatement to say that it has legs. So I think it's very legit. In fact, we might play some more of it, I'm not sure. But that's going to conclude this donation deck. Again, thank you ctrlstaxdel, and see y'all on the next one. It has so many angles to attack from. It hoses Doomsday because of Grindstone. It's proactive with discard, so it's great on the play, even against other combo decks. You have room in your sideboard to be able to run Trap and Leyline. It feels really good. Is this like, fine-tuned to a razor's edge? Probably not. I can tell you I'm about 10 leagues in, with significant dialogue within at least a small section of the Discord community, with a significant portion of targeted thought from me personally with the deck. So it is not in the infantile stages. It is probably past the midpoint. It may very well not look much different than this in the future. I think I've got kind of the baseline done. And this also, like, this was a dono deck, right, from ctrlstaxdel, which, or DEL, whether it stands for delete, I gotta ask them. But this looks significantly different than from what they and I started with. But the basic idea from them remains: playing mono black, playing Storm with Painter. They had figured we were probably going to add a color, but I think mono black is the best place to be. And it's kind of like what I was doing with Ad Nauseam, and this idea wound up coming together, because the problem I have with all these like turbo ant builds is you want to be able to leverage soul lands, you want to be able to turbo out and play monolith so that you can play this artifact package so that you can go faster, but it's awkward, right? The colors are awkward. You can't, it's the same thing with like mono red Epic Gamble. Basically, you want to go a mono color so that you can leverage Ancient Tomb as much as possible and keep your Chrome Mox efficient. There was also the awkward tension of like, well, we're an Ad Nauseam deck, so we can't play the imprintable lands. Do we play Pier instead? Did that for a while, but Pier costs 7. I don't know if you noticed, costs 7. 5, much more attainable. So we did wind up going back into Ad Nauseam for both my Ad Nauseam. See, like I have like a blue-black pure Echo deck. There are all sorts of wonky things I was trying out, but I wound up in mono black as my this was like the last thing I was doing with my Ad Nauseam builds, and the big issue I had with it, and I only have like 5 minutes max left. The biggest issue I had with it was there wasn't enough action. You have your tutors. You have Ad Nauseam itself. As you can see, I was trying to supplement that by like playing 2 Ad Nauseam, which is fine. But there was still a lack of, we're playing all this discard in addition to Defense Grid, just playing like some extra mana as a result. It would fizzle because there's no selection to be had. There's only so much action. It was, you're trying to like supplement with Deadly Dispute, which is fine, but it's not good enough in this deck. Whereas what the Painter Grindstone combo allows us to do is on a reasonable access play Saga, not just as a like, oh, I'll play Saga so I also have constructs and then slow myself down, but it moves to Grindstone. It literally turns into Grindstone, so it's redundancy for Grindstone. It lets us play a Brainstorm, which is actually quite good. It gives us that other axis to fight on, while still hedging towards our combo. And probably the most important thing is that we have more action in the deck now. We still have Ad Nauseam. We can even go down on a couple Wish Claw, but we wind up with 3 Grindstone, 3 Painter. That's a net total of 4 more action pieces, not counting the Saga and not counting the Brainstone, which is when you're talking 4 to 6 cards, action wise. That's literally what the deck was missing. It was missing a chunk of action that was necessary, and I didn't quite know how to put it together and I'm not finished with this. Maybe there is something that is legitimate with this deck. Maybe this is better. I don't think so, though. I think being able to attack on 3 different axes, being Tendrils, being Grindstone, and being Constructs, is just really powerful. I can't understate how important it is that you just get to hose Doomsday with Grindstone. Like, the matchup just seems really good for us. Like, being able to discard them just being a Storm deck isn't any slouch against Doomsday. You're still, I think, not favored because they also have discard, they have Force of Wills, and they have a compact combo. Like, Doomsday is obviously not great for other Storm decks, especially the Epic Storm. They certainly struggle, at least with like the more classic iterations that the Epic Storm typically is. Great content, thank you. Extra plans are great for combo decks when they fit cleanly. Yes, exactly. 2 Saga is not low. You want to really rely on that as a third win con. I have specifically tried 3, probably more than any other number aside from obviously the 2 that I wound up with, but it did just felt like one too many, because you have to do one of 3 things, right, if you're going to play it. 1, either add a land, which this deck does not want to do, and it did not feel good. You could like remove a Deadly Dispute, something like that, but whatever. Didn't like that. 2, replace a soul land. Unacceptable. Absolutely not. We're on 5. I would even love to find a way to play 6. Like, this is the strength of the deck, being able to power up, lands that tap for 2. It's pretty good. I don't think I have to say too much more about that. And then removing a black source, which is what I wound up doing. I think I cut off an Urborg, or you can cut off a swamp. But it feels really good to have this many black sources, this many basics. Urborg is really nice to have. That is what I tested when I was testing the 3, and it just didn't feel great. You don't always want to put yourself in the position where you have to decide whether you want to make constructs or go for the combo. And I just feel like 2 has been a really, really good number. So, I mean, it's a small enough a change where if that's your preference, obviously it's not going to, I don't think it's going to make or break the deck. I think it's fine either way, but that's just how I have felt in the process that I've gone through in optimizing. And it could be that at some point something else, you know what I mean? When you say there's some other subsection of the deck that warrants changing, and as it turns out, it becomes more optimal than what our current iteration is, and then that, changing one thing about a deck can rearrange the overall theory and structure of the deck, and then you could wind up a good example, like you could wind up coming back to Saga. A good example of this is with the Epic Gamble and Overmaster, right? In some of the early iterations, I tested heavily and played Overmaster, and it just wasn't that great. And then come to find out, coming back around to it has been like the cherry on top that just like kind of sealed up the deck and wrapped it up. And that was because previous iterations had a lot more instants and sorceries, and Overmaster was just sloppier in that regard, whereas now there's a lot more mana rocks, Grim Monolith, more opals, the full set of Chrome Mox, that sort of thing, where like you can Overmaster and actually use the card that you hit off of it. You can hit an opal, you can hit a monolith, you can hit an LED, a Petal, a Chrome Mox, defense grids. These are all cards that you can cast and still have the effect lingering from the Overmaster, right? And so Overmaster has just slid into the deck as like a perfect thing now, whereas previous iterations it just didn't want the card, or like it was okay but it just felt underwhelming. And could that be the case with Saga? Could a deck like this wind up on 4? Sure. Could it get fast enough and efficient enough where it just didn't even want the card, or one of? Probably unlikely, just because of the combination with Grindstone. But yeah, I don't know. Deck seems far outside of a meme.